a magnificent garden. Every corner has been so well attended to. Just looking at it makes me feel so relaxed.
What a coincidence. This happens to be my favorite spot within the palace grounds.
Is that right? I find these small flowers especially charming.
Thank you kindly. Actually, I grew those flowers myself, you know.
You grew them. I don't know a lot about royalty, but isn't it unusual for a royal to do things like that themselves?
Well, I oft spent time playing in this garden since I was a child. I would come here daily. Soon, I became interested to try my hand at growing my own flowers. And so, I learned, little by little, with my father's permission, of course.
Huh. And now you can grow pretty flowers like these. That's wonderful. I could never do that.
I would be glad to give you one, if you like.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course.
Oh, but I'm not permitted to transport flowers off this planet.
Oh, because of the underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact, is that right?
I'm sorry. Under the right circumstances, it might be possible to transport it, provided I follow the proper procedures. That'll take a long time, and it's still not guaranteed.
Well, should that day come, then the flowers I planted will be the first to leave this planet, correct? What a curious feeling.
The beauty of flowers is universal. Someday in the future, I would very much like to see Princess Laeticia's flowers growing from the soil of another planet.
Oh, well, fancy meeting you two in front of this shop.
Oh, Laeticia! Guess what? Mario told me she's never actually bought anything at a shop like this before. So I thought we could have a look together.
Yes. Actually, I've never shopped at a store with a friend before.
Oh, I know! Why don't you come join us, Laeticia?
Oh, me? Would that be all right?
Of course! Right, Mario?
Yes, absolutely, if you want to, Laeticia.
Very well. Then I would be glad to accompany you.
I'm a little nervous.
There's no need for that. It's not scary. That was a blast!
I agree. Oh, would you believe how late it is?
I hadn't a clue that much time passed. What did you think, Mario?
I had a really nice time. Who would have thought? I had no idea shopping could be so much fun with someone to talk to. Nina, thank you so much for inviting me.
To be honest, this kind of experience was a first for me as well.
Are you serious?
Oh, I had such a lovely time shopping with you both. I hope we can go out again soon.
Yes, definitely.
Uh-huh. Next time, we'll make a solid plan and have fun together all day.
That sounds lovely.
The palace knows how to swing a sword.
And what might you two be doing?
Letty, I was giving Ray a test of skills.
A test of skills? Either Albert or I could easily attest to Ray's prowess.
It was not as if I was doubting his abilities.
It was actually my idea. I was curious to see how I compare to the strength of a top knight in combat.
Yes, and instead of discussing the finer points with words, it is of course quicker to simply engage in a clash of arms.
I'm afraid that reasoning evades me.
Yeah, I guess it would. But hey, since we're on the topic, Laeticia, who could take who in a fight? Me or Theo?
I couldn't possibly decide an answer to such a sudden question.
Whatever comes to mind is fine. Surely your intuition tells you something.
Boys and their pride. Well, ultimately, it will be Ray, perhaps.
Oh, you think so?
That is preposterous. Explain yourself.
Begging your pardon, Cousin Theo. But Ray still possesses room for growth. I made my choice with that in mind.
I see. Fair enough. That might well be true. I best devote myself to training, so I am not overtaken.
Stop. Even if I were to accept your gesture, I would receive no boon from it.
Nevertheless, I cannot overlook how Father and the Corps persecuted you and the Semiomancy Consortium, all for political purposes.
Did I not say I had no want for your apology, man? I have no intention to ask anything of you.
But, Maester Felgrade, what of your honor?
The same honor unites mouth from your grimmest visage, curled with your miserable stoicism? Think me in want of that. Go jump in a lake full-plated.
But...
Don't misunderstand me. There is no need for you to apologize. What did you possibly do to me 14 years ago to affect me? Jack all.
For one thing, I failed to stop my father.
You were a child then, a brat barely old enough to be Laeticia's senior. You were powerless then, and a fool now to think otherwise. Is your sense of repentance not yet sated?
No.
Then toil and sweat blood for the kingdom's future, so that such things will never occur again. And work together with Albert and that sneaky one eavesdropping over there.
Letty?
Let us elders fight among ourselves about the past. You'd all best think of the future. That is a responsibility only your generation can shoulder.
Yes.
I will give my everything for the future.
You young people today are too upstanding and dutiful. Did you inherit none of your father's shameless desires? You put me ill at ease.
I see you both have had your fair share of merriment.
Not I. This one's been drinking for us both.
What was that? Finished already, are you? We've only just begun.
See?
I'm not drunk. I'm completely fine.
You're as sauced up as I've ever seen you. What drove you to drink like this?
You really don't know? That's your problem, isn't it? So, Princess Laeticia, what do you think? Why am I drinking here like this?
Me? Oh, well, perhaps. Because Maester Midas is in your company?
Precisely!
What nonsense.
And the reason I can get so drunk is that I know Midas here will take good care of me.
You are well and truly fuddled.
You must be well trusted, Maester Midas.
More like I am being imposed upon.
Yes, you should feel honored that I trust you enough to impose on you.
I swear.
Well met, Letty. Care for a drink?
I have not yet reached the proper drinking age.
Ah, you don't say. Why come to the tavern then?
Cousin Theo, do you still recall your first ever drink?
That I do. It was the day Father recognized me as an adult. I could hardly forget.
With Lord Uncle?
It was my birthday. We shared drinks long into the night. Father appeared to have been eagerly anticipating that day. As I remember, he looked particularly happy. He said, "I have long set aside a special brew just for this occasion." In truth, I was certainly too young to know the pleasures of drinking. And so I cannot really recall the flavor of that brew, which I suppose was something highly magnificent. However, I shall always remember Father's expression on that day.
To think that drinking can leave such deep and profound memories within oneself. When the time comes for my first drink, how I would love if you and Albert would join me.
Very well then. Albie will be pleased, no doubt. I have a notion that Albie will be a different person once he discovers a good drink. That man, he is surely one to quickly turn silly.
I could certainly imagine.
Or he may well be a weepy drinker. Oh, the anticipation is becoming hard to bear. Come, hurry now and get older.
Oh, Cousin Theo, look who is well in his cups. Cousin Theo, what might you be doing here?
Letty, nothing in particular.
Did something draw your attention? Is someone there, perhaps?
No, wait, there is no one.
Oh?
Just when this kingdom had finally settled down, here comes another commotion.
I hear that Princess Laeticia has been all over the country putting an end to this mess. Oh, what a fine young woman she is.
But did you hear? There's rumors she's being accompanied by Commander Theo.
Oh, good heavens! Say it isn't so! He betrayed the king and Laeticia and sided with the Vale Empire.
He sure did. Oh, I just hope he's not thinking up another scheme at her expense.
I don't understand. Why has he been released in the first place? He betrayed the crown and disgraced the knights, didn't he? I've seen folks executed for less, you know?
Ain't that the truth? He's a scary one, that Theo.
I shall go explain what truly happened.
No, Letty, stop. I brought these circumstances upon myself, and so I must accept them.
Even so.
Let them say what they will. Those not present at that time cannot be expected to understand the truth of what happened. And what they are saying, their words are not mistaken.
Then you will forever be the subject of such gossip.
Any attempt to enlighten them about those events would only be met with deaf ears. At best, it would replace one rumor for another.
But then what of your reputation, Cousin Theo?
As long as we restore this kingdom's future, I could not care less what people think, especially if what they think happens to be the truth. Scrambling to protect my honor with favorable reports and half-truths would only complicate matters more. I say, let the truth be known.
Cousin Theo. Very well. At the very least, I will promise to hold your feelings in mind until the day comes when every citizen believes in you once again. I shall not forget.
Thank you. Your words alone are all I need.
Laeticia, Laeticia,
Yes, what is it?
I have been undertaking some special training in secret. May I ask you to take a look at the results?
What could it be? I will help if I can.
Thank you very much. Please watch then, as I try my impression.
An impression?
I have striven to learn much about humans through observation and analysis. I would like to impersonate someone now, so that you can measure my progress. May I ask you to try and guess as to who I am impersonating?
That is what you wanted? Oh, very well.
Then, I will start.
Now, Princess Laeticia, aren't you working too hard? A sense of responsibility is important, but ensure that you do take better care of yourself.
That would have to be Lady Malkia.
That is correct. You did well to guess that.
No, your impression was quite skillful.
I must closely observe the prominent figures of other nations, current and past, to prepare for when I succeed my father.
Oh, wait, that is me.
Perhaps I shall consult with Albert and Cousin Theo.
I never speak as such. What, pray tell, are the both of you doing here?
Ah, Letty has graced us with her presence. Come, look at the scratches on this pillar.
Theo and I were observing this. How it brings me back.
Ah, these are height markings, yes? From when we used to compare our heights together when we were children.
Correct. How long ago was it? We three used to almost scrabble atop each other, scratching our heights, frantic to grow taller than the other.
It is hard and humbling to believe that we were all once so small.
But the markings seem to end rather abruptly. I wonder why we stopped.
Come now. Do you not recall?
Me? Your words seem to suggest it was somehow my doing?
It was, Your Highness. One day, you became frustrated by your lack of progress and declared it most unfair that Theo and I had been growing faster.
Oh, did I truly say such a thing?
You were but a child. It is most understandable.
Although it took us quite an effort to get you in good humor again.
Oh, even at such an age, I should have been ever so slightly more mature.
I heartedly agree. So, tell me, have you matured?
Well, Her Highness's strong spirit certainly endures. In a good way.
Do you mind, both of you?
Theo, are there any special tactics you use when coordinating your men?
No special tactics, you say? Wait, why do you ask me?
I heard you have had a long career and are idolized by your subordinates.
I see. Well, I cannot tell you if my experience in the Australian Navy applies to the logic of outer space. But in terms of what I think is important, one needs to display confidence, I imagine.
I see. I seem to lack that the most.
I as well. I don't necessarily have confidence per se. I merely put on appropriate airs.
Huh?
Should you lack confidence, simply give off the appearance that you are strong and most assured. If you display a commanding presence, most things tend to fall into place.
It's just for appearance. Is that really good enough?
It is perfectly fine. We all have our share of self-doubt. The point is, you must never allow that display to crumble in front of your men. If an officer is insecure, that insecurity may well be passed on to their subordinates.
I see. I have definitely plagued my crew with uncertainty.
Worry not. I too made the same initial error. When you are young, no amount of swagger will make you look reliable. Of course, it is an absolute must that you combat your anxiety through full preparation and endeavor. But if you can at least act confident, eventually you will forget that it's an act. Thus, true confidence is born.
Ah, thank you. I think I understand a little more about what confidence really is.
Build confidence gradually, and strength will follow. That strength will then bestow yet more confidence upon you. Now then, go stand before Letty and show her how confident you are. Come now. It's times like these you need to show off your acting ability.
How could I possibly show acting ability so soon? I've only just learned this.
Cousin Theo, do not tease Mariel so. Please do not mind him one bit, Mariel.
I just don't have it.
I cannot believe the day has come when I now stroll through the grounds of the Vale Empire. Speaking truthfully, never did I think that I would set foot here. At least, not without one of the nations falling.
I concur. It certainly is difficult to imagine that we would be able to stand here amid the capital in a time of peace and not war. For now, it is only we who are visiting the Empire like this. But I sincerely hope that all people of both nations will eventually be able to come and go without the fetters of conflict.
Indeed.
For that to come to fruition, we must put an end to this struggle. And thereupon, even more will yet need to be accomplished. Though appearances may suggest we have bridged the gap between nations, deep-rooted maladies remain uncured. Albert, until the kingdom of Osirius and the Vale Empire can truly ally with each other, we must continue our efforts.
I follow your will. I shall do everything to ensure your wish of seeing both nations prosper comes true.
So I hear the Folga is being used by the Empire.
Yes, it is being used to transport the wounded and distribute supplies. Thanks to the Folga, it appears that everything is progressing well despite the circumstances.
Good. Then it is being put to good use for now.
Perhaps this may be the first step in making the world see the Folga as more than a mere weapon.
Impossible to know from the chaos we are currently in.
Tomorrow may seem a world away, but when peace is finally restored, I promise I will ensure the Folga be used as was intended. I believe that is my duty as the one who released the Folga into the world.
Nonsense. That responsibility is mine, since mine are the hands which built her.
Maester Midas.
But I will thank you for feeling such, all the same.
Of course. And to usher in this bright future for the Folga, we must strive now to end this fight.
I once thought fighting for peace a silly idea. But if that is our goal, perhaps not. Let us go put an end to this.
Indeed. Oh, Emperor Gerard. What might you be doing here?
Oh, Princess Laeticia. Today is the anniversary of my mother's death. I was praying.
Oh, then may I, too, say a prayer on Tatiana's behalf?
Yes, you may. I am sure it will please her.
I must deeply apologize, Your Grace.
Whatever could you possibly mean?
I have heard that Tatiana died 15 years ago during an outbreak of Helgar's disease. If only my country had not refused to send semiomancers to the Empire at that time, surely...
Please refrain from such words, Princess Laeticia. If you wish to apologize on behalf of Osirius, do so before our people, not I. If you do wish to personally apologize to me, know that there is no need. You were merely a child at the time, without authority to decide on such matters. You bear no blame. My parents were fully aware that the people of Osirius were also suffering from the same illness. In my current role, I understand all the more. The burden of King Osirius' decision not to dispatch semiomancers to the Vale Empire. The fear of war erupting from collapsing relations between allies or the spread of rot in his own country. I respect that he weighed both possibilities and found the strength to make a resolute decision.
I beg your pardon. Please allow me to withdraw what I said earlier. How thoughtless it was of me to apologize when I am only doing so to escape my own guilt. I truly have much to learn. It would appear I lack the qualities expected of a ruler, such as you or your father.
Hardly the case. My mother oft said, "We all strive desperately to protect the ones we love." That desire may bring conflict, but it may also drive us to cooperate with one another. You sought Nilbeth's aid, served as a bridge between kingdom and empire, and extended your hand to the Virians. You brought this world together.
Emperor Gerard.
I have heard about Father. I cannot feign to understand what caused his actions, but I know for certain that is no means of evolution. I see the truth in this world you forge, one free from strife. Please, you must stop him. And inform him that even amid current circumstances, we can realize a peaceful and warless world.
As you wish, Emperor Gerard. Until we meet again.